Hi everyone, I'm Artistic or Autistic, fanatical video watcher, first-time contributor, and I decided to make my debut by talking about something that's been bugging me. I'm an egotist, deal with it. Now, a little while ago there was some hullabaloo relating to previews of the newest upcoming Tomb Raider game, or more specifically, a brief scene of suggested attempted rape that set more than a few hackles raising among the community. Now, the developer was evidently quick to backtrack and claim that there were no such instances of attempted rape in their product, which I can only interpret to mean that they're going to do their very damnedest to edit all that out. Now, I could go on and on about the irony of raising waves in an industry where objectifying and sexualizing women is pretty much seen as marketing strategy. I could wax poetic about how many female characters in fighting games in medieval-style settings tend to wear armor so small, it seems the only thing it's protecting is their ability to bear and feed children. I could rant about how you'd be hard-pressed to find a female character who doesn't either sound like the girl next door or a sultry bar minx, whereas male characters often sound unattractive and some almost comically gruff. But, hey, that's been covered extensively, right? No, I mean, my issue had more to do with everyone's curious aversion to this particular scene, or more specifically whether they, by which I mean the people raising complaints, honestly thought that anyone would have been aroused or negatively influenced by this. I mean, I sure as hell wasn't. I was so uncomfortable, I was squirming and trying to find a way to climb under my seat and hide. But isn't that the kind of reinforcement we want to provide? Isn't this the exact message we want to get across? I mean, come on, anyone who would have been licking their lips and going, oh yeah, that's great stuff. I mean, they would have been kind of cracked to begin with, and I'm pretty sure most people who saw the video were just as uncomfortable as I was. But isn't this a good thing? Particularly since many gamers, myself included, get somewhat attached to the characters we're playing. It helps immerse us. We're the adventurer who's trying to save the princess. We cringe and squirm every time our character gets killed, or mutilated, or any terrible thing happens to them, partly because they're our character, we're playing them. So, what would happen if our character was subject to an attempted rape? I mean, the frustration and helplessness, though it would be nothing like the real thing, would still be the exact kind of message you want to get across. Nobody would be comfortable or in any way attracted to the situation where they're the victim. And especially the younger players who, let's face it, their parents are going to buy them this game anyway, no matter what the rating is. If they're going to play content that's already too mature for them, then why not throw in some really messed up shit and scare them just a little bit? I mean, it's better to be scared and maybe think about it a little bit than it is to just happily frag your way from one end of the level to the other, isn't it? But no, of course, the moment the dust starts to rise on the horizons, the developers are quick to deny and retcon it all out as quick as possible. So I guess the heartless killer in the video will just be the sort of nice guy when it comes to what he does to pretty British women. I don't know. Now, could it be this is one of the reasons certain unmentioned movie critics continue to maintain that gaming is not as deep and effective a storytelling medium as films? I mean, let's face it, there are lines that most games have almost never crossed, and most of the ones that do go completely overboard by either glorifying it or putting it under a spotlight to all but scream at the player, "This is sad, you may feel mournful now." Now, as much as some people might not want to admit it, gaming has become a pervasive and extremely popular medium for pure entertainment, social interaction, and especially for younger players. It's one of their few mediums of storytelling they participate in. Now, there are more than a few out there, who I won't name directly for fear of getting sued, but who rhyme with Zach Johnson, who would like to tell us that these games have deep and significant influences on our psyche, though admittedly they just say this to try and blame video games for shootings. Still, if this is the case, why not use this sort of influence responsibly? Why not, in a game already full of violence and blood aplenty, include an admittedly uncomfortable subject, but portray it as it should be, a horrific and inexcusable evil enacted only by the truly twisted among us? Now, simply pretending it doesn't exist isn't going to help anyone. Hiding from the terrible crap people can, and often will, do to one another only serves to let such things fester in the dark. So, thanks for listening. If you have any thoughts about the subject, then feel free to sound off in the comments below. If you're gonna just be a troll, you can go straight to hell. God knows how many of you already thinking about making cracks about my screen name, or making jokes about my voice cracking after you read the word cracks. Like I said, straight to hell.